Studio 12, south end zone of Kyle Field. Will Johnson, Matt Simon. This weekend, Texas A&M football against Nicholls State, the home opener. And it's kind of the opener for the man we have with us here in the middle. It's his first segment on the show this season. People are obviously familiar with him, and
they've heard of him.
He's been on Studio 12. I think he came last year with Connor McQueen.
Yep.
Now he's going to have his own segment. Yeah, we got Connor Landfair helping us out this year, and we're going to get this guy too. Christian Kirk is in.
This could count as community service if you need to. Having to spend time with Will once a week,
Doing
like
some
that.
Charity.
Yeah. If we need to, we can talk to people for you.
I should have put it down.
That works. That works. And we always try to come up with names for these people's segments, And Connor McQueen last year was a red zone because of the red hair. Connor Landfair actually came up with a pretty good one for himself. He's a ranch guy. He likes the outdoors. He hunts. He fishes. So we're calling his segment the front porch. I think that fits him pretty well. See, with Kirk, I thought you could just go with his jersey number, and no matter where he comes on in the show, you just call it segment 3.
Could be.
I like that.
You are
Yeah,
number 3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like segment 3.
It's a provisional start.
Yeah.
He's approved it.
Were you always 3 in a high school in Scottsdale?
No.
You were 2 then. Yeah.
I was 2.
So 3 is a college thing.
Yeah.
How
How's that work with numbers? Do you get any input on it? Do they say this is number 3? Or I know it partially probably depends on who's got what when you get here too.
Yeah, it's partially on who has what, and then whatever open numbers they have and kind of the numbers that they're thinking for you, you kind of get a pick from those. When I first came here, it was between 3 and 4. And growing up, I wore 32 for Adrian James because he's my favorite football player.
Yeah.
And so when I went to high school, somebody was already wearing 32, so I picked 2. And then when I came to college, I picked 3 because 32, so 3 and 2. So that's kind of how that worked out.
It works out because it kind of completed itself there.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I haven't seen him wear 32 in an A&M uniform. It'd be kind of weird.
Don't do it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Don't do 32.
Yeah, 32's in the past.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I used to play running back. That was a position I played growing up in, Pop Warner and whatnot.
Oh, okay, yeah. Could you even wear a 32 as a wide receiver? Aren't there rules?
Yeah, well, as a skill guy, don't you guys like the single digit?
Yeah, I mean, majority do. I'm pretty sure you could wear 32, though,
Maybe
if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you head off, the NFL, you're probably going to have about 80 number. I think receivers are required to wear. No, Mike Evans.
No, there's some.
Some have branched free from the 80. I guess there's new rules. So
I like the 3.
See if you can keep 3 throughout the rest of your career.
I'm pretty sure he'll be able to keep 3. I think he's got that.
So Christian Kirk with us. He's going to join us weekly throughout the 2017 season. The Aggies and Nicholls State on Saturday night from Kyle Field. Like we said, the home opener. Coming off of it, that game on Sunday against UCLA, and it was a late game as far as Central Time. You're playing it on the West Coast, but we landed back in College Station somewhere in the range of 5 a.m. It creates a short week for you guys, see, Kirk, but mostly a difficult defeat to take, and just how's the team responded as far as mentally? I know the season's here, so it's get right back at it no matter what the outcome of the previous game.
Yeah, especially when you you experience a game like that, and we lost the way we lost. It's just gut wrenching, and it's heartbreaking, and it's tough to move on from, to be honest. But our team has responded well. There's still some young guys that we're kind of dwelling on it a little bit, and that's just on us captains to talk to them and tell them we have a long season to go. We have a lot of games that need to be played, and our focus right now is being 1-0 every week. And so yesterday we got out there and practiced, and we look good, we look sharp, and the guys are really ready to really get out there and kind of bounce back from it. That's been our motto, is bounce back, and put it in the past and go out there against Nicholls State and really put a complete game together.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the ultimate goal is to win the football game, but setting that aside, each week, win or lose, you guys look for positives, things you did well, negatives, things you can work on, but a lot of positives that you, especially the first 2.5 to 3 quarters of that game, that you guys can take out of, especially as an offense, huh?
Without a doubt, and that was one of the things that Coach Sumlin early in the week, came and told us once we, reviewed the film is, there's something we can build off of. Like you said, there's a lot of positives. In that first half, we looked like one of the top teams in the country. And the good news is that talent that played in the first half didn't go anywhere. It's just a matter of execution and being able to finish out a whole entire game. So we still have the talent to go out there and play with anybody. It's just a matter of putting it together for 4 quarters. So that's been his main message on, just building off of that. Guys did a lot of good things in the first half. It's just, like I said, putting that together for 4 quarters, especially against good teams, because, good teams aren't going to lay down no matter how many points they're down.
I know that's one thing you pride yourself on is that laser-like focus and that hard work that you put in every day, really, for this program. You enjoy that, watching the film, trying to pick up on every little thing you can. Could I do this better? Was this great? Did you really enjoy the film aspect of prepping for games?
Without a doubt, especially because, in practice, when you take reps during practice, you're able to focus a little bit more on, what you did that last series when you go to the sideline or even within, the plays, just because the tempo isn't as fast as a game. So you're able to maybe think, okay, I did this on that break, or that didn't feel right, I should clean this up. During a game, that's the last thing that's on your mind. That play happens, and then you're moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
So when you go back and you look at the film, you're able to critique yourself, and then you just know the next week during the game that you're going to come back that much better in that area just because you're not going to do that again. So it's good to see the hard work pay off, and then, it's obviously good to go in there and critique yourself and obviously take the coaching that the coaches are giving us and then get better week by week.
Yeah, and the game in L.A., 70 traveled, and I think they listed that 60 played at the end of the game, which that means a lot of youth was on the field. And I really think your position grouping may have the most of it. After you, there's Damian, and then there's not a lot of guys who played a bunch. So when you watch film with like a Kenrick Rogers and a Jamon Osborne and that whole group of young receivers, do you help them with film, or is that that's Coach Moorhead and he kind of dissects that? But as a guy who's watched a lot of film, do you help them in that aspect, in ways to prepare these young guys? Because they'll have to be a big part of it the rest of the way as well.
Yeah, I'd say I would help them out more in the aspect of preparing for our opponent and how to break down an opponent, what to look for, what not. But usually we watch film as a group, as a wide receiver group, and Coach Moorhead does a great job. He goes through everybody on each play and points out little things. That's the thing. He's very detail-oriented, and he'll even say sometimes he's just being nitpicky, but nitpicky is what's going to make you great. And so he's making sure those guys know what to do, and it's obviously going to be different, for those guys, and they're going to have some mistakes going from playing in front of 1,000 people in their high school, if that, and then now they're playing in front of 100,000 people. The nerves are going to get there. There's a lot of things going through your head, and there's a lot of things that we have to do. So for them, this past week was really big for them. They learned a lot, and so that's what's going to help their development going throughout the season, and just as the more time they get out there and play, the better they get.
Also, real quick, I also think about this during prep for a game. When Saturday arrives, the playbook's complete. Everything you've done to game plan, that's in the book, and you're not really changing that on Saturday morning. But I guess to me, one of the final things we see you guys do before putting on the pads and taking the field is that mental check. And now that we produce the Pulse here at 12-Man Production, I think we've gotten to bring it to the fans a little bit. Now, we can't hear all of it. Not all of the mental check, but and I know you spoke at mental check Sunday before the game in L.A. I'm not sure if that was your first time to do it, but, yeah, so you've done it before. But can you kind of discuss for those that, it's those moments before a game where a lot of people don't get to be with you. What's that like? What do you want to accomplish with mental check? And is that kind of Coach Sumlin's thing that he brought to the program, or have you heard of a lot of others that do this as well?
No, that's something unique I think that Coach Sumlin has brought to us. I mean, at least I can't speak for, every other team out there. I'm only kind of just going off the teams that, I've either official visited or whatnot or have friends. But I've heard, from guys that have visited other schools that they've never seen it. It's only unique to us. But the mental check is really that last moment, before you get on the bus to really lock in and get your mind right. And it's like, okay, we're about to go play a game. The biggest thing, especially when we're waiting in a hotel and we're playing a game that's later on in the day, you're sitting around in a hotel all day and then you've been there the night before. The last thing you want to do is sit there, all worked up and then emotionally exhaust yourself. And then by the time the game comes around, you're almost kind of just dead almost. You don't have that amp going that you usually should. And so that's a big thing that Coach Sumlin says is don't emotionally exhaust yourself. And the night before the game, don't play the game tonight because we're not playing until tomorrow night. So, once we get through our walkthroughs and in our last meetings, we all get together and each position group, the coach usually, has a couple words and then picks somebody from our group to, get up and say something to the team. And even goes on to, asking, what the assignments, what their alignments are. If we see this, what are we checking to? Things of that nature to just get that last mental check before we get on the bus and head over to the field. And it really just, every player on the team now knows that when mental check comes, you better be locked in and ready to go.
That's the thing, and if you're going to speak at it, you better bring it. This isn't some guy stands up and say, good luck tonight, fellas.
You better.
Gotta have it.
It's real.
You better bring some real juice. That's what we say.
Christian Kirk with us here on Studio 12. Aggies and Nicholls State tomorrow at 6 at Kyle Field. And you were talking about watching film earlier. One of the things you guys do every game is you go watch a movie the night before the game. We should get like a Christian Kirk movie review here. What did you guys watch in L.A. on Saturday night?
I do like that only because movies are my favorite. That's like my favorite thing to do, and I'm not doing football, which I'm doing all the time. But
the very small window where you're not doing football.
That I get, I love to watch movies. That's all I like to do. But we went and saw Logan Lucky.
Okay.
It was comedy. It had I can't remember his name right now, but they robbed a bank. It's in like West Virginia.
I've seen that trailer. Yeah.
It wasn't very good.
No.
So that's what we'll do. Each time you come on, he'll give a star rating.
It was.
See, since you're number 3, if it's great, it gets a 3. If it's average, it gets a 2. If it's no good, it gets a 1. Are you giving Logan Lucky a 1?
A 1.
Wow.
1.
And I'm pretty sure I can speak for the rest of the team.
You have any idea what's on tap for this Friday before Nicholls State?
The captains pick the movies, and so last week was an exception though because there was nothing else out that the team would have been able to bear through. Although we barely survived this one. But, we'll pick this week's movie, and hopefully it's a good one.
Mm-hmm. What's your type of movie? You have a favorite genre? You like anything, or do you like watching specific kinds?
I'm a big action guy.
Okay.
Big into action movies. Love scary movies, and then so probably go action, scary movies, and then comedy.
Got a favorite actor, actress? Anything you like? If somebody's in a movie, you have to go watch it.
Lately, it might sound funny, but one of my favorite actors is Zac Efron.
Yeah,
I think he puts out some great movies.
And also, now when you say scary, are you talking suspenseful, or do you like the slash or gory stuff here?
I like it all, like anything that makes you jump out your seat.
All right.
Yeah.
So some of the scary movies I got to shy away from because they end up as a sleepless night.
They're coming out with the It soon. I think it comes out on Thursday. I'm definitely
like the old Stephen King thing, but like a remake.
Mercy. That's gonna be.
I've seen the old one.
Yeah.
That'll make you think.
The old one, the old one's scary too.
You get a kick out of watching your teammates when you guys go watch a scary movie. You get a kick out of watching them freak out and jump out of their chairs.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Who's the worst?
I mean,
does anybody get riled up and scared?
We haven't.
Anybody run out of the theater?
As a team, we don't watch scary movies.
Okay.
But usually it's me and Armani when we go see scary movies. But we're both sitting there like, if we can't do it, we're like, oh, no, I'm not messing with this. And just look our eyes or something.
All right, see, Kirk, good stuff. We'll have you back each week. Good luck on Saturday night here at home against Nicholls State.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Christian Kirk with us here on Studio 12. It is the Relief Out game, folks, standing to BTHO Harvey. Get your T-shirt, bthoharvey.org. Wear it to the game tomorrow night.